Hello there, this is lavoncason here, back at it again with another YouTube video, and the Nintendo Switch 2, it seems like it's having screen issues. And now, as you guys can see here, when it comes to the response time, the average response time, this is from a Reddit post, by the way, if any of you guys are wondering, the Nintendo Switch 2 60Hz, it's at the lowest. 17.6 milliseconds. Like, that's not pretty good. That's not too good at all. But here's another issue. Digital Foundry found out that the Nintendo Switch 2 screen has ghosting. And I found a post here from Nintendo Prime. You may know him, you may not know him. He's a Nintendo YouTuber. And he basically said that he doesn't see the issue. And as you guys could see here, there's ghosting on the Nintendo Switch OLED, and on the Nintendo Switch 2 there seems to it's hard to notice, like, but I could see there's a little bit of ghosting, just a little bit. But and that's if you're playing 2D games, or just being on the Switch home menu for a long time, you may notice it. But as you can see, Nintendo Prime doesn't notice that issue. And also too, when it comes to the HDR, it's extremely disappointing, as an edge-lit LCD that barely tops out at 420 will never deliver anything like a decent high dynamic range. Motion quality is possibly even more disappointing, as its blurring characteristics easily make the new system panel worse than the original Switch's display. The difference in quality becomes even more evident when comparing the Nintendo Switch 2's display with the Switch OLED panel. So, yeah. Let's talk about this, y'all. So, is this an issue? Yes, it's definitely an issue. Is everybody that has a Nintendo Switch 2 experiencing, these screen issues? No. Some people definitely notice it, like your Foxes, your Digital Foundries, and there's other people that doesn't notice, the Nintendo Switch 2 ghosting stuff, such as your Nintendo Primes. But that being said, though, Nintendo needs to improve the Nintendo Switch 2 screen. And also, maybe through a firmware update, maybe the HDR can be better on the Nintendo Switch 2 screen. Again, maybe. But here's the thing. I remember seeing people saying that the screen was great, before Digital Foundry, figure out that the screen is not all that great, it has ghosting. I do remember people saying, oh, the Nintendo Switch 2 screen isn't all that bad. So it's amazing how people's opinions change when Digital Foundry, finds some very bad news about the Nintendo Switch 2. It's interesting. But yeah, this is an issue that Nintendo needs to address at some point. Hopefully when they do a Nintendo Switch 2 refresh with a better battery, maybe the screen will be fixed then. We're gonna have to wait and see on that. But how do you guys feel about this? Do you guys notice the screen issues of your Nintendo Switch 2? I don't have a Nintendo Switch 2 yet, but I will be getting one at some point. But do you guys notice the ghosting? Do you guys notice the HDR isn't too good? I mean, let me know in the comment section below this YouTube video. This is lavoncason, sign out, and peace, and thanks for watching, and bye.